Hmm. So I wanted to go live, but it doesn't really. I need to fix something with the YouTube channel. Anyways, technical stuff. New beginnings, and it's just an invitation to learn. Yeah. So I really my car wouldn't start this morning, and we have to be somewhere in. I have to go pick my family up, and then we have to go to a birthday, and so easy for me to just like nowadays it is through all the work I've been doing with myself and am doing with myself, and so the car wouldn't start, so I have to call the insurance, and they're sending a guy half an hour, and but like the place I come from is just like, oh yeah, it's supposed to be. So now I get the opportunity to sit here and make a video. I could obsess about that being like shit and bad, and find reasons and blaming, but it's so easy for me to nowadays just to, well, it's been for a while, and I think I've always tried to come from that place that if a challenge arises, if something occurs that you didn't plan for, the faster I'm able to transition and accept that, then the faster and I come back to joy, I come back to serenity, I come back to calm and still, and from there I could easily just like pick up the phone and make a video, and I could also call my wife and just sit and ponder, meditate, whatever, work on some stuff, you know. So transitioning is like, that's the beauty, that's a beautiful place to be, because people talk about what's it called, multitasking, and that is not a thing. So we just switch fast between tasks, and being sort of like being obsessed with optimization ever since my kids came. I gotta admit, like, being interrupted while working, and also been studying this, like at an average it takes about 21 minutes to get back into an assignment. So just learning how to transition faster, that's an average 21 minutes to get back into the assignment you were interrupted from. So there's a lot of comments you could do for a workspace environment, and I'd love to do that at one point, how to optimize your workspace. There are many things that could be done and have been done and studied. But yeah, transitioning fast. But what I actually wanted to talk about today was, who the fuck am I to share this stuff? Who the fuck am I to tell you about optimization? Who the fuck am I to tell you about meditation? Who the fuck am I to tell you about transitioning? Who the fuck am I to tell anybody about anything? And there's this thing around imposter syndrome. So where does this come from? Like, why the fuck not? Like, I know tons of shit. I know loads of shit. So why in the fuck not share it? And it seems terrifying. It seems terrifying for us just to press a button, go live, and then share shit. Share love, whatever. Why do we have this syndrome that we have to be perfect before we share something? Why is it that when we walk out the door we have to look perfect to be able to feel good about ourselves, to acknowledge any confirmation that comes from the outside? It's interesting, right? So this is just something I've been letting go of ever since I started these live videos, is let go of that imposter syndrome and let go of the idea around perfection. We are perfect imperfectly. Like, coming from that place, you know, and it starts also with recognizing that looking for exterior acknowledgement is it's something that comes from the good old childhood. And the sooner we recognize that what we strive for is maybe our mother's or our father's love, the sooner we can, grab that story and see it for what it is, see it like the underlying pinnings of why do I keep doing this? Okay. I'm looking to get a hug from a male role model here, or I'm just looking to get a big kiss from a female role model. Because as working with parents and working with people, it is very easy to get lost in the stories, and then it becomes overwhelming if we can't own our story. So really shedding the idea around what people think about us and not giving a fuck about that opens a gate to, if we come from a place like a place of learning, a place of just taking in and seeing our own patterns and wanting to grow, then there's such immense opportunity to just share all we are without just letting it rip and witnessing ourselves do it. Just stepping a bit out of our own story, and moving into analyzing. And I've been analyzing myself the last days, and all the shit I've been studying and all the shit I've done. I'm constantly putting up this story about not being good enough, needing to be perfect. And you can see people driving by, walking by here, and I'm still okay, these people gotta think I'm a Looney Tune sitting there and talking to a camera. But a big part of me now just doesn't give a fuck, because it's liberating to just speak whatever you have and to share whatever you have. It's like you gotta share all of you for you, because the more you share all of you, the more you see yourself, and the more you can learn about yourself, and the more liberated and the more free you can be from your story, from all these obsessive thoughts you have around always needing to be right or needing to be perfect before you begin anything. And then it's back to childhood, back to school days. You need to, it's right or wrong, and you get a pat on the back when you're right. So if you want to make decisions now in your adult life and need a fucking pat on the back before you're good to go, then you might never do shit, and it is scary and it is terrifying to open up and do shit. So I realized that just fuck it, let it go, and don't be perfect, don't be fucking academic and look a certain way and walk around and with a certain demeanor in your face. Just let it go. It's easier said than done, for sure. I'm still practicing, and I feel like a student, and I try to feel like that most of the time, so that I don't judge from, I don't want to come from a place, see dogs, always dogs in my videos. Hey man. Hey. So I think that's the transmission for today. Just go ahead, share, and just that fixed knowing place, let go of that as well. Yes, right now this is my reality, and it might evolve. In 1 minute it might be another one, for the greater good, for the greater good of myself, for the expression that I am. And a friend of mine, new friend of mine, Gosh, he from Holland, Amsterdam, he had he went live where he was just expressing emotion and feeling feeling sad and working through some stuff, like exactly what I was just talking about. And the inspiration that brings, the allowance that brings for others to do the same. I'm not saying you're supposed to go live. That's quite liberating though. Try it. You should try it. But the allowance of just being cool with whatever is, and being cool with whatever emotion comes up, and letting that, letting that rip when it comes. Let it acknowledge it. Look at it, take it in. If there's a teaching, if it's just constant, if it's not benefiting you at all, if you can't make any logic of it, calm yourself down, let it go, and maybe look at it at another time when you're at a good base level. But allow it to come in and allow it to flow through you, no matter how powerful or how strong it is, and just feel it and let it go. I have this analogy of these, like, what do you call it, vowels, ventiler in Danish, and so whenever anger comes, anger is not a bad emotion. When anger turns into rage, that's another thing, because then you'll blow a vowel, and then you'll probably scare quite a few people around you. I've been there many times, because I wasn't allowing my emotional life to be a part of me. I was pushing it away. So you have these vowels on your shoulders, right? Let's just say you got a lot of them, because there's a lot of emotions. But so whenever anger comes, you just, if you're able to express it in a good way whenever that comes, then that's fine. But if you're not, then just step back, take a minute for yourself, go into nature if you have the possibility, or just go to the toilet, and in the toilet, just calm yourself, and that emotion, just like visualize you're lifting the valve, and then close it, and then go back into what you were doing, and then you might be able to have a better experience. But if you catch it in a situation, you're in a social situation, fuck man, there something triggered me, and I can't see why. Don't go into all the stories and arguments about who's right or wrong. Just like, you have that emotion, acknowledge it, because it's telling you something. There's a teaching there. So just take it with you. Go to the bathroom, and then just make a note. And then when you have quiet time, think about, what was it that actually triggered me here? What was it? What is it that I'm carrying along with me that is giving me a limiting emotion that is so powerful that I have to experience anger? And go with that. And I think I'm getting into the depths of my my imposter syndrome, or I pretty much know it, and it's evolving. There's layers to this stuff, so just acknowledging is the initial stages of letting go and being present with whatever is, and fine with whatever is. So I send you guys all my love and honesty. Yeah. Okay. Bye bye. Peace.